These fights are raw. This card is raw. This stuff is raw authentic. And you can't spell brawl without putting that raw in it. You can't spell draw without putting that raw in it. If you heard I got your wife, I probably went raw in it. Hey guys, UFC 321 Aspinall versus Gane is upon us. And I looked at the card. I did my analysis. And I hate to say that. I hate to be that guy, guys. But we're going 100%, you know. I actually do think we're going to go 100% here. Like, listen, maybe for like one or two fights, I'm a little bit, I don't really understand or know fully, but man, this card's good. Like, I want you guys to look at the name value as I scroll. There are some cards that aren't going to be on the UFC website that we're going to talk about as well. First and foremost, we're going to start off with the fight that we're most excited about, guys. Jacqueline Amorim versus Mizuki. Now, listen, not Korean, you guys know, but one thing about me, brother, if it's not the rice, it's not nice. She baile. Arigato. All right. We got I think this Japanese girl is making her, I don't know if she has one fight in the UFC or this is her debut. I forgot. But from what I've seen of her, she's kind of, and to me, I really want her to win, guys. I want her to go in there and school Jacqueline. But from what I've seen from Jacqueline lately is that she is a finisher, specifically her submissions, guys. Her ability to take someone down and just submit them, or if you take her down, she'll submit you. It's going to be interesting. I'm sure the Japanese fight is going to come with a lot of aggressiveness on her feet because I feel like that's going to be her best path to victory. However, it's the grappling that I'm nervous about. When Jacqueline gets her hands on Mizuki, how bad is her defensive grappling going to be? She has 85% takedown defense in the UFC currently, but I'm not buying it, you know. You know, I can't buy that off of one fight, bro. Like, I can't just feel as if like she's looking good. And from what I've seen from Jacqueline, because I feel like I watch her fights live. I don't think I've ever watched a Mizuki fight live. When I watch Jacqueline, she just looks okay on the feet. She looks comfortable. But like when she gets people on the ground, it looks like there's a whole different stratosphere. So, you know, I'm going to have to go get my Japanese woman, brother, and I'm going to go Jacqueline on Marlon. What a name, eh? Why am I so bad at people always in my comments saying I suck at pronouncing names? Listen. I don't suck. Their names are just hard to pronounce. Jacqueline Amorim. Amorim? I think Jacqueline's going to get it done. I think she's going to get it done by submission. She could probably submit the Japanese fighter. If she doesn't take down Mizuki, though, on the feet, it's going to be very problematic for Jacqueline. But Jacqueline looks like she's okay, even when she goes against, like, sporadic strikers. So I still trust Jacqueline. Give me Jacqueline by sub or points for the first fight. Next fight. Maksum versus Raposo. Now, he's a pretty sound Kazakhstani from what I've seen. Mitch, I feel like I haven't seen him win in the UFC, or maybe I'm just tripping, but Mitch always like goes to split decisions and loses from what I remember. Like he just goes in there, he has competitive fights. He's a pretty sound striker. Like I feel like he lands some good strikes, but his wrestling's going to be like a little bit nerve-wracking for me in this fight against Azat. But I think Azat has some good defensive wrestling. So if Mitch's whole game plan is to be, hey, let me go on there and just tussle with him a little bit, it's going to be harder than he thinks. I think if Azat could keep it on the feet, you know, maybe Azat could even mix in some of his takedowns, you know, make Mitch work. But I know Mitch is going to go in there with the intent of like maybe throwing a shot behind a takedown or something, try to get his hands on Azat because he feels like he's going to be physically stronger, which via body stature, I'm jacking it too. It looks like Mitch is going to have the strength advantage. I know it's a weird way to go about it, but Mitch is a pretty thick, condensed. All right, see? He's pretty condensed flyweight. So I feel like when he gets his hands on Azat, who's like more like that thin torso, like kind of long rangier flyweight, it could be problematic. But if Azat could just use his, you know, defensive grappling and his great striking, he should get Mitch out of there. Give me Azat by decision. I think Azat gets it done by decision. I don't know the odds for this, but I'm going to back my boy Azat to win this one. Next fight, ay caramba, we got Chris Barnett, fan favorite, you know, versus Hamdy Al-Deb-Wahab. I think I'd killed that one. The Egyptian, you know, lost to Muhammad Usman. That's not the age and the best, is it? Listen, Chris Barnett got schooled by us last time, bro. Kennedy Nezuchuku, we went in there, you know, a little bit teep, a little bit move. Chris Barnett being a 5'9", why his country, he's fighting out of Spain. It's kind of funny. You guys can't even see it. It's behind my screen, but he's fighting out of Spain. Barnett's kind of funny to me. But, yeah, guys, listen. Hamdy is tall. So is Kennedy Nezuchuku. Kennedy Nezuchuku is 6'5", of course. But, like, Chris Barnett being a 5'9" heavyweight, you know, I don't think it's a good thing, guys. And especially because Hamdy's not all that great. But I know Chris Barnett's not going to go in there with the intent to grapple. He's probably going to go strike for strike with Hamdy. And Hamdy was doing pretty well with Jamal Pokes via strike for strike, you know. And then, like, if Hamdy wants to wrestle, even though he doesn't wrestle a lot, he'll be able to take down Chris Barnett. And then Chris Barnett off his back will look like a fish out of water sheep bite. So, I don't know, man. I feel like this is kind of a I want to say obvious one, and I'm gonna go Hamdy. I think Hamdy gets it done against Chris Barnett. You know, I know off of vibes, a lot of people are just going to back Chris Barnett at 5'9", 265 pounds, but she bad, brother. Like he carries the weight weird. Like that midsection is gonna be a field day. I think Hamdy gets it done. Give me Hamdy by decision, unless Chris Barnett breaks over time. But Barnett's like, I feel like he won like what 1 or 2 fights in the UFC. Like he just gets, but when he wins, like it's cool and it's like hype, bro. You know, yeah, dude, Chris Barnett gets it done. But I just don't think he gets it done against Hamdy, who's really not that good. I just think a little bit better than Chris Barnett. Next up, good fight here. I like this fight a lot. Nathaniel Wood. Wait, hold up. Ain't that Nathaniel B? Shiba, only real ones understand that reference. Versus Jose Miguel Delgado. Delgado's a finisher. I feel like when he touches people, they go to sleep. His striking style is like, I like the way he flows. I feel like he has really good potential. Here's the thing about this fight that makes it interesting for me is that Delgado can finish Nathaniel Wood. Nathaniel Wood's pretty tough, though. But my concern with Delgado, even though he's such a promising prospect, is that Nathaniel Wood is a good fighter, and he has like that veteran experience where he knows how to strike pretty well, but then he mixes in the takedowns really well too. That's going to be a thing that I feel like people got to look out for, is the takedowns of Nathaniel Wood. Delgado can wrestle too, but I think Nathaniel Wood has more of that marauder-like strength behind his. I can't believe they don't say Nathaniel attempts 1.4 in the 15 minutes. I didn't even know Delgado was going to attempt way more than him. Delgado's striking looks to be his best weapon. But I have a gut feeling, guys, that it's going to be a hard fight for Delgado. Delgado is a finisher, yes. But Nathaniel Wood being durable, and I feel like Nathaniel Wood's pressure over time could really bother Delgado. Here's the only thing I'm concerned about for Nathaniel Wood, though, is that the reach differential with Delgado is going to be hard to close the distance. It's going to be kind of hard to close the distance, you know. And sometimes Nathaniel Wood falls victim into, like, pushing too hard and then getting caught with something, and that could be the case with Delgado. But honestly, the grappling is going to be. I want to see how the grappling goes. Both guys can wrestle. Both guys can scramble. I have a feeling that, I don't know why, I feel like Wood's going to have the wrestling advantage in this one, man. And that's what was making me lean Nathaniel Wood before I clicked record. But I don't know if I'm on a change of heart, because I just don't know how that reach is going to affect Wood and how Delgado's going to react if Nathaniel Wood's still pushing at him after the first round, you know? Does Delgado need a finish to win? He might need a finish to win. So do I go off puncher's chance? Like, my head's telling me go Delgado, but my heart's really telling me Nathaniel Wood pulls it through. You know, it's really what is happening, you know? And I don't know the odds, but I'm assuming Delgado's a big favorite, you know? But Delgado hasn't been in there with, like, people like I feel like Nathaniel Wood, he's been here longer. He's more experienced. Fuck, I don't want to go against Delgado because I'm really hype on him. Like, I've been saying he has, like, really good potential. If I go against him now, I'm going to look like a hypocrite. It's looking like I'm saying one thing, but going Nathaniel Wood. But, dude, the English fighter, man, he's tough. You know, I feel like I'm going to be on the fence, too. I got to pick one. Can you pick one? All right, gut. Okay, should I follow my head or heart? I feel like heart is always the best thing to do when in doubt. But my head is telling me Jose Miguel Delgado gets it done. He has more chances to get it done, you know. So I'm gonna say Delgado beats Wood. I'm gonna say give me Delgado over Wood. Tough one for me, because before this video I was like, I think Nathaniel Wood upsets him, but then I folded to the pressure. Delgado gets it done. Fuck it, we're not gonna go the underdog. Whatever. All right, Palestinian Abdul Karim Al Selwady versus Matej Camilo. Now, from what I've seen from both, is that Camilo is primarily going to want to strike, and I feel like Abdul is going to want to grapple him. And Abdul's going to be strong when he starts to grapple him. My thing is with Camilo, he kind of folds, I don't want to say folds to pressure, but he gives up the back foot too easy. And if you do that against Abdul early on, he's going to gain momentum and try to just walk you down. Abdul kind of fights like Bilal. Like, his striking doesn't look the prettiest, but he like stays in your face, and it's kind of overwhelming. Camilo's going to need to use some low kicks, you know, separate to like slow down that movement of Abdul, and maybe he could like work him. But I have a gut feeling the Palestinian's going to come in there with some intent. I feel like he's going to use his grappling to his advantage. I think he's going to out grapple Camilo. Camilo could try to grapple. He's not going to out wrestle Abdul in this one, I feel like. So I got Abdul Karim Al Selwady winning this fight. Don't know the odds. I'm assuming Camilo might be the favorite, but you know, I think the Palestinian gets it done, brother. Free Palestine until Palestine is fully free, not just a ceasefire. Abdul Karim gets it done, brother. All right. Next up, Klein versus Rebecki. And Klein, I was picking him to beat Gamrot, and yes, the Gamrot loss looks worse now, but Gamrot has some pretty sound wrestling. Rebecki can wrestle. Rebecki had that war with Orabai where they're both fatigued. I got to be real with Rebecki, guys. He's no way he wins this fight. I still got Ludwig Klein. I know people are going to be off the Ludwig Klein train because the Gamrot loss aged badly, but I don't even look at Rebecki as a crazy grappler. He can try to grapple. And like before that fight with, before his fight with, I just blanked. Oh, before his fight with Gamrot, his takedown defense was crazy. Ludwig Klein, I feel like he, to the pressure of the moment, and also like the freestyle wrestling of Gamrot's a lot better than like a Rebecki. So I got Ludwig Klein upsetting people. If people think Rebecki's just gonna win off his output and wrestling attempt, you're crazy. I think Klein could actually knock out Rebecki. Matter of fact, give me Klein by KO. I think Klein finishes Rebecki. Rebecki is not necessarily hard to hit. I feel like Klein has really good takedown defense, and people are gonna use their recency bias to feel like, oh, but Gamrot mauled him, so now Rebecki is. Hell no. Give me Ludwig Klein winning this one. Hope he's an underdog. I don't know the odds because the odds, UFC never shows the odds. UFC, fix your website. But I got Ludwig Klein winning this one. I'm really confident in this one, actually. One of my more confident picks on the card. And I know a lot of people aren't going to want to pick Klein, but I'm going to 100% pick Klein. All right, before we get into this one, actually, the Ikram versus John Park, let's get into some other these other, prelim fights. Nasrat versus Quillan Saklild, the Aussie versus my boy Nasrat, you know, the Afghani, the Kevin Gastelum lookalike, the Kevin Gastelum with the same refrigerator body but better output. I was one of the few people who said Nasrat's going to beat Rybovics. They were calling me stupid for that, but I knew Nasrat's a dog. That fight was close, by the way, but Nasrat's a dog. His striking's really good. Like, he just does a good job overwhelming opponents. This is like essentially pick and betting odds. And I think Nasrat gets it done against Saklild, who is tough, a good kickboxer. You know, he mixes up pretty well, you know, at times. But I think Nasrat's more of a dog. And if it's going to be a primary shootout, I'm going to back Nasrat in a shootout, which is why I'm going to go Nasrat to beat Quillan Saklild in this one. Another one we got to talk about is Walker versus Louis Sutherland. Look at this guy's fucking traps, man. Yeah, bro, you're not clean, bro. You're not clean or sober, probably. Like, bro, get this Vanilla Gorilla. This guy's name is the Vanilla Gorilla. Okay, like Walter Walker by left leg surgical removal of the leg. Like, let's be real. I think he actually jumps it early too. The thing is, one day he's gonna jump a leg lock and get his fucking face punched in, and this could be this gorilla might just fucking go apeshit on him when he's pulling that shit. But Walter Walker said he wants to show off his striking against Muhammad. Maybe he wants to do it against Louis. Doubt it. But either way, I just think Walter Walker's on momentum and he's not gonna lose. All right, back to this one. Let's bring my camera a little bit back normal over here. We got Ikram Aliskerov versus my South Korean brother Ju Young Park. 감사합니다. 안녕하세요. 지루men kenimida. 안녕 시발 오빠. Yeah, I'm just saying words now. I hope no Koreans are watching this video. All right, Ikram Aliskerov, Jun Young Park. You know, brother, I like both fighters. You guys know these are one of my favorites. The Iron Turtle, I love when he wins and he hits the fucking turtle dance. That's such a stupid dance that I love so much, bro. It's so awkwardly perfect. Listen, Ikram is coming off wins finally. Listen, Ikram is weird to me. I feel like Ikram had a lot of potential. I was one of the few people saying, this guy might be the future. I feel like me glazing Ikram was kind of equivalent to like Lucas glazing like BSD and like all these stupid things that don't really make sense, but the thing about Ikram, he has so much potential. Like, he's the most accomplished Sambo athlete in UFC history. You know, only one to make Hamza go 0 for 7, 0 for 8 on takedowns. No one does that to Hamza. But he doesn't offensively wrestle himself. He likes to stand and trade. Now, so does Jun Young Park. He likes to stand and trade. You know, Park doesn't really have one punch power, but he has overwhelming accumulation shots. But that's not going to be Ikram. Like, honestly, like, I love my boy Jung Young Park, but that's not going to be Ikram. You need to catch Ikram with something significant. Because if you're just going to have like you're going to try to overwhelm Ikram, he's not going to fatigue from what I've seen so far. I haven't seen him even get out the early rounds, though. But, like, I haven't seen him fatigue in the regional scene. And, like, I know he has good wrestling. And I wonder if he's going to use his wrestling against someone like Park. If he uses it, he'll be so much better. Look at him. One takedown of fucking 15 minutes. He wants to piss me off on purpose, dude. Of course, 100% takedown defense. Ikram has never been taken down in his life. You know, and I don't think Park's going to go for a takedown. If Park tries to take them down, he's going to get judo flipped. You know, Park's going to go in there and try to overwhelm on the volume, and Ikram's going to go in there and try to just be a goofy gooper on the feet and try to land something big. I do think Ikram has power to rock him, and when he rocks him, Ikram is pretty good at following up and finishing someone and getting them out of there when they're already hurt. I'm going Ikram Aliskerov. Listen, I'm not as high on Ikram as I used to be, but I still think he beats my boy, the Iron Turtle, and you guys know I like Iron Turtle. I picked him last fight and when no one did, Iron Turtle, and he won that one too, so I got Ikram, bro. I think he should go in there and beat Jung Young Park. Doesn't even need to use wrestling, but if he does, of course, he guarantees it. It's up to Ikram how good he wants to be in the UFC. Seems like he doesn't want to be that good because he doesn't wrestle, but it is what it is. Now, I've been nervous for this fight, guys, because people think I glaze Rakic a little bit too much. Think I'm weird on Rakic, you guys, you know. Of course, Rakic was schooling Yuri and then he got knocked out. Of course, Rakic is doing well against Ankalaev first round like everyone does, and then he loses off of just not doing enough. But, man, Rakic is tough, man. Like, he's tough. He has a really strong low kick, really good counter punching, and Azat is 5'10". I said to you guys, and I still believe this, that stylistically the hardest fight for Ankalaev, the former champion, is Rakic. Still believe that. Even more so than Pereira and all these guys. I think even Rakic versus Pereira, that's a hard fight. Okay, maybe Pereira gets him later on, but it's a hard fight for everyone. Listen, Rakic is good to me. Azat undefeated, 15-0. He has everything going for him, and he's so good as well. But Rakic is so frustratingly annoying at like sticking and moving. Like low kicking heavily and then like getting like kind of avoiding you. Ikram, Ankalaev had a little bit of trouble. Even the second round, Ankalaev had some trouble like still closing that distance because he's always moving. Doesn't want to engage. Azat fights very similar to Ank. Like he likes to sit down as 1-2s, but he has to close the distance a little bit more forcefully than Ankalaev. And the problem with that is like Rakic is going to run from this guy with some heavy low kicks as well, guys. It's going to be an interesting fight, you know, and I just like... I got to be transparent with you guys. Like, I want Asmat to win so bad because Asmat will beat anyone else in this division way more comfortably because he's such a good counter puncher. Like, you come in and make a mistake, Asmat's going to catch you. Like, Asmat schools a Yuri. Asmat schools Yuri, schools Khalil, in my opinion. Rakic is a little bit more of a tricky guy to deal with. I think Rakic's low kicks are going to be the biggest thing with this fight. He's going to spam low kick on Azmat, who's a shorter opponent. Azmat's going to try to close the distance and go for something. But I got a gut feeling that it's not going to be enough, you know. I do, bro. And I want to just say Azmat wins off of, like, I just really want him to win. I feel like it is way more for the division. I feel like it's better, and I like him a lot more than Rakic. But I don't want to let my bias cloud my actual judgment about this fight. And I hate that I feel this way and feel that Rakic is going to win, but I have a feeling that he's going to be frustratingly annoying and he's going to avoid confrontation in fighting by doing heavy low kicks and landing some good shots to Azmat's face. Now, Azmat's definitely going to lose the first round. It's if Azmat can wake up in the last 2 rounds, but I don't think he can. Like, Yuri had to do some, like, absurd, stupid pressure to even get to Rakic and catch him, or he was going to get destroyed that whole fight. Then Ankalaev is just like 6'3", so he's able to, like, land a little bit more of these shots and chain together things better than Azmat. Azmat fights very similar to Ankalaev, but he's 5'10", and yeah, if Ankalaev was 5'10", I wouldn't pick him to beat Rakic. And Azmat happens to be 5'10", I'm not going to pick him to beat Rakic. I am picking a lot based off the height, reach differential. 78-inch reach to a 71-inch reach. 5'10" to 6'4". Give me Rakic, unfortunately, by points, by running away, being scared to engage Azmat, unfortunately. Now, Alexander Volkov versus Jalton Almeida, Now, you guys know, when I'm hype on a fighter, I'm hype on a fighter, and I'm hype on Jalton Almeida, And I've been saying for a while, Almeida future champion, this is such a hard fight for Almeida. Oh man, I hate this fight. It's so hard for Almeida. Volkov is frustratingly long, frustratingly tall, But the thing about this is, yes, Volkov had a great win. He's coming off a loss. He had a great win against Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane was able to scramble sometimes on the feet and make on the ground and actually make things happen against him. Of course, someone like Tom Aspinall took down Volkov and kind of made easy work of him. And that's what I'm relying on with Jalton Almeida, because I know he's going to shoot a lot of takedowns. And I know Volkov can defend some of them, but eventually I think it's going to get to Volkov. 6'7", very long people. Once they learn takedown defense, they're very hard to deal with, He has a 72% takedown defense in the UFC, but the way Aspinall made him look on the ground, I believe Jalton Almeida is a superior grappler. I know Volkov has improved significantly since then, and if this stays on the feet, Volkov will school Almeida in a very one-sided fight. Like, I know it's going to be very one-sided if it stays on the feet, But Jalton Almeida showed power against Spivak, So I'll give me Jalton Almeida. I'm still on the hype train. One of my favorite fighters, Kenny hates Brazilians. Yeah. This is one of the most glazed fighters on my channel. If you know, brother, one of the good ones. Yeah, I'm trolling, man. I'm trolling. Fuck, I'm trolling, Right. Listen, give me Jalton Almeida. I know that. Fuck you, Kenny, in the comments. Ay, caramba, be careful, brother. I think Jalton Almeida gets it done against Volkov, guys. I really do. I think Jalton Almeida's grappling is going to be too much. I've been saying Jalton Almeida is a future champion for, 3-4 years now? And I still believe, brother. Since light heavyweight, I thought he could even go up to heavyweight and become champions. And Still believe so. He can even go down to school Pereira, you know, but he can do what he wants. He just Jailton Almeida. Give me Jailton Almeida over Volkov. It's not an easy fight, but I think Jailton Almeida gets it done. Now, you know, we're just saying that was an easy fight. When I say easiest fight on the card, Umar Nurmagomedov versus Mario Bautista. I mean it, brother. I don't think Mario Bautista has a chance to win, you know. Simply this, and I like this fight so much because Bautista's 16-2. I think the longest active bantamweight win streak outside of Merab. After Umar beats the dog living crap out this guy, give Umar his title shot. That's it. He's going to beat the hell out of Mario Bautista. Guys, I love this fight. Bautista does nothing special. He's good at, like, doing enough. Like, I don't know why people are praising that fucking fight against no head moving Patchy. Dude, Patchy Mix was a champion in a different promotion. Patchy Mix just had a war with that nobody who just made a UFC debut. Of course Batista's going to beat Umar. He schooled Patchy Mix. I know no one actually believes, even the people who don't like the Dagestanis or the Muslims, you know, those haters, they don't believe Mario even has a chance. They're probably all going to pick Umar at the end of the day, but they're going to gaslight themselves like it's really close. And then when the fight happens, they're like, oh, well, Marbutis always sucked. Patchy Mix sucked anyway. That was his best win, you know? Or, oh, Aldo was just, bro, oh my God, this fight, man. I love this fight. I love Umar Nurmagomedov. Which is like, Umar is like, he's working his way up to like my favorite fighter ever. I just like his, like, he's the only one who could get rid of Merab. We need this as a community. We need Umar to go in there and beats on him, Dr. Dre, hands on him, lots of bass. Like, we need that because that creates like an actual competitive fight with Merab. We don't care to see Merab versus Peter Yan. That dork is going to get humped for 25 minutes straight. Probably finish this time around. You know, we don't want to see Merab versus Cheeto Vera, Sugar Sean O'Malley. You know what I mean? Merab versus this, that, and the third. We want to see Merab versus Umar rematch. And after Umar does what he's going to do, he's going to finish Bautista. Get him out of there, Umar. Umar, get him out. Umar's either going to masterclass him like he did to Corey, but way worse, or he's going to just get him out of there. I want Umar to get him out of there. Umar's so much, he's so good. What's Umar bad at? He's just so perfect. He looks strong, look good, he fast, handsome, good looks. Did I say good looking? Like, bro, what does Umar not have, you know? I'm really excited for Umar this weekend. I don't know if I'm giving it away, but I really enjoy watching Umar Nurmagomedov fight, and I'm going to enjoy just watching him work, brother. Just good, everything he's good at. I can't name anything he's bad at. You know, he's bad at being bad at anything. He's bad at being bad at anything. Quote me on that. I want to see a quote in the comments of me saying that. You know, Umar is going to beat the hell out of Bautista. Better striking, better wrestling. Umar might be the top 3 striker of all. Okay, can you stop it? See how I stop myself? Because I know when I'm doing too much. Umar might be a top 2 striker or top 1 striker in bantamweight. You know, definitely the best wrestler in bantamweight. Best physique, bantamweight, best look. I just don't know what Umar's bad at. Bautista, he's so good. Bautista's a dog. Bautista's so game and scary. Bautista is a fucking marauder. So after Umar schools him, just understand how good Umar is. I want everyone to believe that Bautista is one of the best fighters of all time. I want you guys to believe it in every fiber in your being. He's 16-2, longest active bantamweight win streak. After Umar beats the guy with the second longest bantamweight win streak currently actively, he will get the next title shot. And look what he does to him. I want you to watch what he does to him. I want you to admire what he does to him. I want you to understand what he's going to do to him. Because after he does this to him, you got to understand how good Umar Nurmagomedov is. I'm going to leave it at that because I'm glazing too much now. But I just really like Umar, man. She bad. Moving on to the co-main event of the evening. You know, I'm actually hyped for this fight. I'm not weird either. Like, Mackenzie Dern beat Virna way back when by submission, I believe, because Virna was a little bit less green. Virna's about 40 years old, a little bit more seasoned. I think Virna beats the hell out of this bot. Mackenzie Dern striking, her wrestling, her BJJ good. Something about Mackenzie Dern gets me like angry, bro. I don't know. Like, I want Virna to beat her up so bad. Like, so bad that she won't believe what happened. Give me Virna by points. Well, the thing about Mackenzie Dern's going to fatigue the hell out. Like, she's going to fatigue badly in this fight. Look at her. Bro, I got to show you guys this shit. Mackenzie Dern has 25% takedown defense. She's like, what? Oh, that just gets me more mad. Like, you just don't even wrestle. Like, you just want to be on your back. You let people take you down damn near. Virna's going to cook this girl. Virna and New. I've been saying Virna's one of the best for a long time, too. I've been saying Virna's going to be a future champion. And now that Weidli's gone, makes that dream come a lot quicker for me. And I call this, you know, look at my channel. Look at any Virna pick. Look at any Virna card on my channel. See who I picked. Always back Virna. No difference here. Since the prelims. I feel like she was in the prelims like 3 fights ago, I feel like. But, you know, Now she's in a title fight because Weili up there gonna beat up Weili gonna beat up Valentina soon. So give me Virna by absolute whatever the hell she wants, and screw that girl on the right. I hope she gets annihilated. All right, main event of the evening: Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. This fight's not roses and bubbles, you know. I feel like people think this fight is all dandelions and green fields in the background of a nice backdrop of the rainbow in the side. Like, this is the hardest fight of Tom Aspinall's career. Let's get that straight. Let's get that straight. Now that that's straight, let's start to talk about that. Listen, if Cyril Gane, first of all, it's getting out the first round, but if Cyril Gane has made any improvement since getting ragdolled by Imavov on camera, since getting played with by Francis Ngannou, he will beat the hell out of Tom Aspinall on the feet. You guys got to understand. I know, Kenny, Tom Aspinall is the hardest puncher of all time. You guys are forgetting, Cyril Gane literally spent 25 minutes in front of Francis Ngannou, and he was trying to strike the whole 25 minutes. His striking differential with Ngannou was so much better that he forced Ngannou to be a wrestler. Now, I got to say this about Tom Aspinall, guys. His striking takes too much endurance. It's too taxing. The way Aspinall moves, like he's doing herky-jerky shit. Like he's just doing all these dance moves, and he's jumping. You can't fight like that. Cyril Gane is like a little, he hops. He's been doing his whole life, so he can do it for 25 minutes. We've seen him do it for 25 minutes. You know, Tom Aspinall can't do that herky-jerky. He's too happy feet-oriented. No way a 6'5", 265-pound, lean, muscled-out dude is going to have the muscle endurance to do that for 25 minutes. Also brings me to my next point. I feel like if Tom Aspinall wants to wrestle and goes in there and tries to wrestle him for 25 minutes, that's going to last about how long RDR lasted with Brendan Allen with the wrestling. You can't go in there and try to wrestle someone and hold them down for 25 minutes when you're not accustomed to doing that. That's my biggest fear for Tom Aspinall. And I know right now it seems like, okay, so Kenny's going to go Cyril Gane. I still think Tom Aspinall has a chance, or more of a chance, than Cyril Gane to win. And I think that because I've seen Tom Aspinall go against different styles of fighters and he adjusts accordingly. I feel like he does land strikes to a heavy extent. I just don't see him chinning Cyril Gane. Well, that's my concern. So I think we're going to see Tom Aspinall's gas tank for the first time, but I don't think it's going to be horrible. I think he's been saying he's been training, so I got to trust Tom Aspinall's word. But me picking or leaning Tom Aspinall has something to do with me just trusting Tom Aspinall as a fighter. I'm trusting Tom Aspinall. It's not me just saying, I wish I had footage to break it down. And I do think people are going about this fight wrong, saying that Cyril Gane's going to absolutely get schooled. I know Tom Aspinall's a big favorite, and I'm probably going to make another video on this week. This might not be a locked-in pick, but it's going to be locked in for the video. I'm going to say Tom Aspinall by KO points, but I just want people to understand that I will make a deeper breakdown later this week to talk about like how close this fight really is. But I do feel like as far as like overall weaponry, Tom Aspinall is more well-rounded, so it's leading me to favor him in this fight. And he does have power. Maybe not Ngannou power that Cyril Gane was able to avoid and like take, but he still has that explosive power, and he moves really well. It comes down to Tom Aspinall's endurance, because this fight will get out that first round. It's going to be the longest Tom Aspinall fight ever. I know this. And if you know this too, at least you can acknowledge it. But if you're one of those idiots who are like, Tom Aspinall in the first 2 seconds, bro, be ashamed of yourself. But give me Tom Aspinall in this fight. I do think he's just a little bit more well-rounded than Cyril Gane. And those are my official picks. Now, if I had to make a parlay, like a guaranteed 100% gonna hit parlay, brother, give me to start off this parlay. All right, we're going to go Ludovic Klein for sure. We'll go Ikram Alaskarov. We'll go Umar Nurmagomedov. Tom Aspinall, maybe Virna, guys. Those are my guaranteed parlays. Lock that shit in. ASAP, $100,000 on that. You'll win even more, brother. Let's become millionaires. I'll probably put like 500 on that. But these are my official picks. Let me know what you guys think down below. That's it for me. And God bless. 2, 3, 4.